Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to today's video, and do not adjust your screens, guys. This is what you're looking at, the hated meta. And the question in today's video, has the meta changed on console? No, it has not. This is still the meta. Unfortunately, guys, this is still the meta, what you're seeing right here. The only thing missing is the 5 super mods and the pump action. But you know, that moment when you're playing Crucible and someone on the other team is just rolling and smoking you left, right and center, and you're like, what is going on here? This is what he's using. Nothing's changed. I hate to break it to you guys, but nothing's changed. Is Last Word now the meta? No. Is the Ios Luna returning now the meta? No. It's still this thing. Not Forgotten is still on top of the game. Wardcliff Coil still on top of the game. Dustrock Blues still on top of the game. And it is a damn shame, in my opinion. And I want to talk quickly to you guys about the reasons why this is still the case. Obviously, we've got some Hunter gameplay going on for you in the background. I apologize, but you know, talking about Hunters and Not Forgotten and Dustrock on Wardcliff, so we might as well use it for the video, right? Honestly, kind of funny. This is the first time I've picked up Not Forgotten since I did a video when Season of Opulence launched, talking about, you know, is it still good? And in that video, I did say, yes, it's still good. Time will tell if it's still absolute best option. And the time has told it is still the best option. Why is it still the best option? Well, basically, it's still a precision frame. So it has no recoil, it has amazing stability, it doesn't suffer from flinch, it doesn't suffer from bloom, it doesn't suffer from in-air accuracy. It's just very consistent, very stable, very reliable. And it's a guaranteed 3-tap, and it's a precision frame, like I just said. So it's still the best option in the game. Is Dustrock Blue still the best shotgun in the game? Well, I think Chaperone makes a big case for being the best shotgun in the game. But yes, Dustrock is still the best legendary buckshot shotgun. Imperial Decree is not as good. I think Mindbenders in the energy slot definitely challenges Dustrock. But, of course, it shares space with the Not Forgotten. So, you know, are you going to see too many Mindbenders? Probably not. Is Truth as good as, you know, Wardcliff? Definitely not. Definitely not. I can dodge Truth rockets. In close range, when some tryhard sprays his Catalyst or Wardcliff all over your face, you're not dodging that, you're just dead. You're dead, so. You know, when a Hunter jumps over your head with Stompies and you can barely turn around fast enough to see his silhouette fly past you, are you already dead to a Dustrock to the back of your head? Yes, you are. And why is Dustrock always going to be the meta? Because of Stompies and because of Hunter's movement and because of how fast they move in comparison to everything else, and how impossible it is to track them on console. Like on PC it's different, you've got a mouse. So Hunter jumps over your head, you can instantaneously track him. And that's why people don't complain anywhere near as much about Hunters, and they probably hate Titans more on PC because of the tracking with a mouse. A mouse changes the game completely. But I'm here to talk about console, and if anything, some of the things I'm going to say are advocating why we may need some kind of separate balancing on PC. That leads me to my next point. Why is Not Forgotten still the meta? Is your Gordroll Austringer useless? No, it's not useless. But bottom line, the Austringer hits 70 to the head. The Not Forgotten hits 68 to the head. The Not Forgotten by default has more range, less stability, no flinch, no bloom. It's just way better. You have to do so much to land a 3-tap with your Austringer compared to what you have to do to land a 3-tap with a Not Forgotten, that it will never be better than this. The only way it will be better is if they increase the damage that 140s do. They currently do 70 to the head. They need to boost that up to like 76, 77, 78. In Destiny 1, the equivalent hand cannon would do 86 to the head. Now some would argue that's too high, but let's meet in the middle then. I've been saying this since Forsaken launched, and I first shot a 140 and saw that it did 70 to the head. I said right at that moment, that's not enough damage. That is just not enough damage for this to be viable. On the flip side, on PC, it's more than enough for it to be viable because it's very easy to land 3 crits with a mouse, massive hitboxes, precision of mouse. You know, you're going to hit your headshots more often than not. On console, it's a different story. Landing a 3-tap with an Austringer is not going to happen every time, especially if your opponent is able to shoot back at you, which 9 times out of 10 they will. So when they shoot back at you and you miss one bullet, your time to kill goes from 0.8 to 1.2, and your weapon goes from being good to just garbage. That's why I'm a huge advocate of Rampage, because realistically speaking, not even the best player on console, and I know all the best players who play this game, they're not landing 3 headshots every time when they're Austringer. And anyone who plays console who tells you they do is lying. They don't, guys. Trust me, they don't. And that's a very, very simple reason why Not Forgotten is still meta. And until this problem is changed, like everybody talks about recoil, flinch, bloom. I mean, guys, if you fire an Austringer, are you telling me it has bad recoil, or it's not stable, or it's not accurate? It is. Yes, it's way more harder to use than a Not Forgotten. But even in spite of that, it's still accurate. It's still, you know, but if your shot is true, the bullet will land. The problem is, when you miss one headshot, your time to kill skyrockets by 0.4 seconds. And that's a huge imbalance. And maybe on PC it would make them too good. But on console, guys, the Not Forgotten has been meta since September. And it's now, you know, 21st of June. And that still hasn't changed. So obviously something more has to be done. Don't nerf Not Forgotten any more than you have. They've substantially nerfed the weapon, and it, you know, speaks volumes to the fact that they've done such a huge nerf to Not Forgotten, yet it's still the clear, undoubted standout weapon on console, man. Like, if you're a tryhard who wants to win every single game no matter what, you're probably never taking your Not Forgotten off. You have no reason to. Maybe you could use a pulse instead if you wanted, but obviously if you're an aggressive player, you don't want to use a pulse because you're going to have to sit in the back a lot more. So, to sum it all up very simply, 140s need to do more damage, and that buff needs to happen sometime soon, I would hope. I mean, we can't really expect anything, but unfortunately for us console players, no matter how many new weapons they've put in the game, you know, no matter Last Word, Thorn, Ace of Spades, whatever, none of them hold a candle to Not Forgotten still. And it's down simply to damage, especially for the 140s and 150s. Last Word is very good now, I would say, but obviously sniping is quite challenging for most players, and if you can't snipe, you're not really going to get away with running Last Word, you know, with a shotgun, unless you're on a very small map. And unfortunately for me, in my opinion, the top 2 loadouts in PvP include either having Not Forgotten, Dustrock, and Wardcliff, and the second best loadout for me is Erentil, and you know, your primary doesn't really matter. If you're using Erentil, you're never going to use your primary anyway. But they're the 2 strongest, you know, setups to use in the game, and they were the 2 strongest setups to use before Season of Opulence. So long story short, has the meta changed? The answer is a definitive no, it has not. Guys, that's it from me. I'm going to let the gameplay play out. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of me tryharding on a hunter with meta. I know it's the most typical boring loadout you'll ever see, but I guess it's kind of fresh in the sense that you've never seen me run it, I guess, right? So I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you do enjoy the video and you do feel like I made some good points, don't forget to hit that like button, it helps me out a lot, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet already. And lastly, do make sure you contribute in the comment section with your opinion, but keep it respectful, don't be a dick, you know. Anyway guys, I'll see you in the next video, and yeah, that's it from me, peace.
The recruits have no excuses. Look at you, at what one Guardian can do, with nothing but your ghost, your weapon, and your light. Minute. Time to prove yourself. It's not over. It's all or nothing. A well-fought victory. I tell everyone you're my favorite guardian.